KR0 back again. So, alright. I know it's been a minute. Almost every single video I've been trying to record in the past few days has let's just say I've been trying to use this one software. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it. Uh yeah, it's called OBS Studio. Now, it's one of those video editing studios that allows me to show off, you know, certain windows, my desktop, my display. I try to use it, and it'll only give me what 2 minutes worth of recording the first time, and it stopped recording randomly the last time, and I was talking for a good long period of time. It was crazy. So, uh, I'm not really focused on that anymore. So I decided to just go old school. So, um, yes, today, now, the other day, when I thought I could actually, show off my Windows screen at that time, this is the reason why I need to hurry up and get a new computer with two monitors, two or three monitors. Um, the other day when I was sitting here talking, I was talking about Kamen Rider, like I wanted to start. I was just gonna do like a quick video on Kamen Rider. Um, talk about Kamen Rider. Well, this last one I tried to do last night, I was pretty much showing off Kamen Rider, the original Kamen Rider show, the Showa era, because my main focus is going to be the Heisei era of Kamen Rider. Showa era, on the other hand, or as I like to call it, the first era of Kamen Rider. We were talking about the original Kamen Rider Ichigo, or Kamen Rider One. Then I was going to talk about Kamen Rider Two, Kamen Rider Nigo, Hayato Ishimoto. I could be wrong about that. I'd have to go into research, but you know, it's 3:30 in the morning, and I gotta get dressed for work soon. I'm trying to get coffeeed up so I can be ready. Mainly because I gotta do some DoorDash today, because today is Rent Day. So basically, today's Rent Day, and I still got a little bit of money to focus on. So getting anywho, my whole point. Oh yeah. So like I was saying, I was talking about Kamen Rider One. Oh boy. Oh, that sucks. Give me a second. Sorry about that. So I just got a message from my coworker saying that yeah, he's having issues with his back from yesterday, so therefore he can't come in. So I'm not going in at 3:30 in the morning. So, well, I'm not going in at 5 in the morning. So I'm just gonna stay up for a little bit longer. I'm probably gonna do some DoorDash. Either way, like I was saying, let me get back to what I was originally stating. So, yeah, last night I was talking about Kamen Rider Ichigo, Kamen Rider Nigo, and Kamen Rider V3. Kamen Rider 1, 2, the first three Kamen Riders. Oh yeah, and I did mention Rider Man, Yuki Joji. Anyways, but yeah, I was talking about them, and I was talking about mainly I was talking about Kamen Rider 1, 2, and V3 for one reason. Because I was going to mention Kamen Rider the first and Kamen Rider the next. Two movies made during the Heisei period, made around I want to say 2003, 2004. Let me double check that. Oof. Yeah, but let me go ahead and look it up. Kamen Rider the next. Kamen Rider the first. Oh wow, it's just a little off. Kamen Rider the first came out in 2005. The sequel to the first, the next, came out in 2007. Now there's a reason why I like Kamen Rider the first and Kamen Rider the second. Kamen Rider the next. Okay, they're basically quick retellings, reboots of the first season of Kamen Rider and the second season of Kamen Rider, and Kamen Rider V3. Now they do it in a whole completely different way. Kamen Rider the first, in Kamen Rider the first, you see Takeshi Hongo, played by a very talented, and I say very talented for a reason. Masaya Kikawada. Okay, I say this the fact that he's very talented, and the fact that yeah, this is the same guy who he's played in some other tokusatsu shows, namely um he actually made what? I gotta watch episode 14 of Kabuto again. Um yeah, but he's played in some Super Sentai. Oh yeah, he was in Battle Royale too. If you ever seen Battle Royale, um, but one thing he's definitely done tokusatsu wise is he played a character in Motoki Furuhata in Pretty Guardian of Sailor Moon. Yes, I'm talking about. Yeah, there was a live action Sailor Moon show in Japan. It's pretty good. Well, depends on how you feel, but in all honesty, I thought it was pretty good. They did a better job. You know how in the Sailor Moon anime, you know how all the characters basically look the same whether they're transformed or not. Well, the Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, you know, most Japanese people tend to have black hair, black eyes. Well, they did a good job of making it so that when they transform, they get their anime accurate look. Asagi, Usagi, aka Serena, for those who don't know, Sailor Moon's real Japanese name, original Japanese name, Usagi. Usagi, starts off with black hair, but she does have her hair in like kind of pigtails in a way. But when she first starts transforming, of course, she gets the yellow wig with the iconic balls with the rubies in the middle. Then you got yeah, you get my gist. Anyways, he plays but in terms of Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, pretty much plays I think the sort of boyfriend for um Jupiter. I forget her name for the life of me right now. I forget her actual Japanese name or her English name right now. So you forgive me for that. Anyways, he also played in. He's also been on Ultraman, and he's also been in. Uh, he's also been in Kishiryu Kishiryu Sentai Ryo Soldier as Master Red, aka what we're doing. What we know as Power Rangers Dino Fury in America. So, but yes, he was in Kamen Rider first and Kamen Rider the next as Takeshi Hongo, Kamen Rider number one, Kamen Rider Ichigo. Um, but yes, uh in these movies, and let's see how he was in Ryuki Indra. Was he in? Sorry, sorry. I am still looking at this. I was kind of, I got kind of confused. Ryuki. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, and also had another character from the uh Hayato Ichimoji was also played by Hase Takano, who also played Kamen Rider Raya and Kamen Rider Ryuki, and will later show up in Kamen Rider Drive. That's the reason why I got kind of confused. I didn't know all of that. Ichimonji, yes, Ichimonji. Um, didn't realize this. Oh shoot, wrong button. Oh, he was a criminal. He was in one episode of Kamen Rider Drive. Anywho, yes. So, yeah, they had different actors play. Obviously, the new the original characters of Kamen Rider One and Kamen Rider Two. Takeshi Hongo and Hayato Ichimonji. Which is good. Uh, yeah, and the story of the first, it was like a kind of like a combination. The movie takes place in 2005 instead of 1971. Um, they kind of put it all together all at once. Um, they kind of went with the storyline that I feel like Kamen Rider, the original Kamen Rider show, would have gone with if they really want to, instead of what they had to go with due to the original actor of Takeshi Hongo accidentally shattering his leg. That's how we got that's how we got the second Kamen Rider so soon. Happened relatively soon in the course of the show. Anywho, well, the story, and I'm gonna do this from my own personal remembrance of the movie. I have the movie on my computer before before Toy pretty much got rid of everything. Did that whole cease and desist on TV Neon. So, so without further ado, here's Kamen Rider the First. So Kamen Rider the First, Takeshi Hongo, is kidnapped randomly in the night to by Shocker, by evil organization known as evil terrorist organization known as Shocker. They um they experiment on him, turning him into a cyborg. Um, yeah, they experiment on him, turning him into a cyborg, brainwashing him to become their Hopper unit, brainwashing them to become Hopper, a basically a cyborg assassin. And of in the process, he ends up killing one person under brainwashing, and then he ends up killing a young man. If I remember correctly, yeah, he didn't escape the mental conditioning that Shocker did. Hold on, sorry. So he ends up killing all. His original orders are to kill anybody who's witnessed Shocker's inhumanoid soldiers. So anybody who would see him, he would have to kill him in the heartbeat. Well, he ends up killing one. He ends up killing two of the witnesses. Right, one's a journalist. Uh, yeah, he ends up trying to kill two witnesses. One happened to be this woman known as Asuka Midorikawa and her fiance, Kazuhiko Yano. Okay, in the process, he ends up sort of killing Kazuhiko, if I remember correctly. No, he doesn't kill Kazuhiko. The spider kills Kazuhiko, and he's about to do the same to Asaka, but he regains his humanity. Therefore, he ends up realizing what is happening, and he ends up trying to run away and deciding whether or not to use his powers for good. Meanwhile, Asuka, who survived, obviously, she believes that this Hopper guy, because she don't know that Takeshi Hongo is actually Hopper or Kamen Rider. She just knows that these two guys, these two humanoid soldiers, killed her fiance. That's it. So, oh yeah, she does think that Hongo is actually the killer. She's trying to figure out why Norma calls, because originally I believe she interviewed him. So while that's happening, while Hongo's trying to live a new life and all that stuff, trying to figure out what to do about Shocker and his new body, his new cybernetic body. Shocker has taken the body of Kazuhika Yano. Yeah, Shocker has taken the body of good old Kazuhika Yano and has done the exact same procedure. So now, Katsuhiko is now known as Hayato Ichimonji, the second Kamen Rider. Now, his mission is to find the original Hopper cybernetic unit, um, cyborg, and kill him. So his mission is to find Hongo and kill him. Anywho, Hongo, while this is happening, he meets this new version of Toby Tachibana, who is a very close character to the Kamen Riders in the original Kamen Rider show. He meets him. He gets his cyclone, or his cyclone. The Kamen Rider, Kamen Rider's motorcycle. He gets the cyclone, and he starts fighting against Shocker. And eventually, he meets Kamen Rider 2, Hopper, the new Hopper, who they get into a big huge fight. Asaka realizes that that Hayato Ichimonji looks similar. to her fiance, and he's trying to get back with Asaka, while also trying to kill Hongo, who Asaka is actually starting to have feelings for because Hongo's starting to have feelings for. But eventually, they realize that they have to team up. You know, Shocker wants to kill both of them at this point. They don't care. Like, and by the way, Hongo is a stronger fighter somehow. Even though, you know, Hagato came second, strong Hongo is a stronger fighter. It's not because of the fact that, you know, he was built first, similar. It was because of the fact that he somehow has this like overwhelming urge to fight back against Shocker's brainwashing. He has this huge like force of will. And that's what makes him stronger. So they end up teaming up. Instead of use and like I love how they transform in the movies, by the way. All you really see is them do this whole little number. Like Hongo will be wearing a coat, right? Give me a second. Let me. Yeah, well, here's how they pull this off. Okay, Hongo would be wearing a coat. Okay, originally you see him with a belt and all that stuff, but the reveal. Okay, Hongo will be wearing a normal belt, and he'll be wearing a coat. And when he's about to transform, all of a sudden you'll see him just open up his coat, and he'll reveal his his pension belt, and it'll just start speeding up. It'll just start revving up, and he'll start transforming, and he'll disappear. Like he'll speed up on his motorcycle, or he'll jump up really high, but you don't see this whole little transformation sequence. You just see him. It's like seamless. Okay, it's what everybody. It's what they tried to let you. It's what that they try to make you feel that anytime you see like that uh transformation like cutaway or something like that in Power Rangers or Super Sentai or Kamen Rider for that matter. It's supposed to be a split second thing. That's the that's what's actually happening. I mean, if you ever seen any of the Space Sheriff TV shows in Japan, they pretty much tell you that's exactly what's going on. Like anytime uh Space Sheriff Sheridan, I forget what it is. I'll look it up. Space Sheriff Gavin. Okay, I'll just use Gavin as like a little thing. Whenever he transforms, whenever Space Sheriff Gavin transforms, Chuchaku, I think that's how you say it. He will We'll see this whole you will witness him just immediately transform at first, and then they'll go back. They'll take a few seconds, a few minutes to like uh kind of take up the runtime of the show. Obviously, they'll take a few seconds to explain. Oh yeah, what happens in a split second of him transforming into Galvin? This is what actually happens. Slow down. He calls out Chuchaku. His ship ends up hitting him with a beam of light where he's outfitted with his space sheriff space sheriff Gavin's armor. And then he does this whole little number, and then now this is what you see. Within 2 milliseconds. But that's exactly what happens in Kamen Rider. The first and Kamen Rider next. It's such a cool transformation sequence in my opinion because it's not a transformation sequence. It's just hey, we got things to do. Let's just go ahead and skip to it. Okay. I mean, uh, near the they get to a island trying to save I think trying to save Asaka because I think she got kidnapped. Go to an island. They fight against the secondary subplot that was going on throughout the movie. I'm not going to get into it because I'm not trying to spoil too much for you. But the reason why I'm talking about the island part is because even though they save the day and all that stuff, at one point they actually do their henshin poses, but they're already, transformed already. So like, you know, uh, Comrade Ichigo, Hanga, he does this whole little number of this, and Ichimonji, aka Comrade 2, he does his little emotional, he's like, but anyways, it's so cool. I thought it was cool. Uh, and then they saved it, hey, and then they split up. So in Kamen Rider the next, compared to Kamen Rider V3, Kamen Rider V3 is created by Shocker. He's this very rich dude. Uh, he's a very he owns his own company, and the reason why he becomes V3, why he joins up with Shocker and all that stuff, is because his sister was he thought his sister was brutally murdered, and was trying to bring her back or something like that because she was a singer. She got she got killed one day after she got killed one day when she was trying to do a song, if I remember correctly. Uh it has this like that's the cool thing about Kamen Rider Next. It has this whole little like horror story type situation going on where the sister is trying to get revenge on anybody who tries to take her place as a singer. Uh, but anywho, so the friend of his sister, Chiharu, ends up being attacked by Shocker somehow, and here comes Honga. Hongo shows up randomly, transforming the Kamen Rider one in front of no, it's not Chiharu. So all these murders that keep happening 2 years after the events of first Kamen Rider the first. There's a whole bunch of bizarre and gruesome murders that are happening, all connected to the pop star Chiharu's song Platinum Smile, which, surprisingly, I think, if I remember correctly, this is loosely based off of another thing. Anyways, um, what happened is, uh, let's talk about Chiharu. So Chiharu was a Japanese idol who got exposed to nanobots the same day that her brother became Kamen Rider V3. Uh, but since she left the Shocker building before it was quarantine, she didn't know she was infected. Some of her rivals pushed her down the stairs, and she fell into a live electrical current, which severely disfigured her face. And then she attempted suicide. She attempted to unalive herself. I'm sorry, and well, they released the movie. They released the song that she was doing, but yeah, the nanobots ended up. She somehow got. She somehow ended up in the sewers, thanks to the greedy corporation uh behind the TriStar Promotions. Uh, did it, and she ended up becoming subhuman. Okay, so basically, anytime here's one thing: anytime TriStar Promotions tries to get somebody to take over her place and gives them facial reconstructive surgery in order to make them look exactly like her, because they refuse to mention that she actually died. Similar to what what a lot of people thought happened with Avril Lavigne somehow. I don't get it, but still, basically, she she decided to go out and kill every single one of the people who pretend to be her. Most of them happen to be her rivals that caused her to become disfigured and attempt to unalive herself. So, later, well, V3 ends up becoming V3, and he ends up having his own little thing going for him because he's supposed to be the third chakra in humanoid. He ends up trying to hunt down Hongo because Hongo is the only one that's actually, still out there stopping chakra every once in a while, even when he's trying to live a peaceful life. And again, another cool transformation sequence where Hongo literally he's faced down by all these like uh shocker hopper clones, lesser hoppers, right? They all look almost exactly like Kamen Rider, except for they're obviously weaker. But they all surround all these motherfuckers surround them, right? And he goes, shit. And he's like, and they're like freaked out, and he's like, and he turns around, he's like looking at the other ones, and then he just jumps up and drops down, and he's a Kamen Rider. He jumps up out of freaking view, pops down as Kamen Rider, and starts kicking ass. Anyways, his one student happens to see him transform, and she's like, "What the fuck?" So she ends up teaming up with him throughout the entire movie. Hayato, on the other hand, for some odd reason, Hayato's compared to Hongo got his cybernetics and he's perfectly fine. Hayato, on the other hand, he got his cybernetics and Shocker was actually able to implement like a well, you know, failsafe in him, where he's technically dying ever since his cybernetic implants, ever since he stood up against Shocker. So he's slowly dying, but he's sitting there trying to get a little. He's trying to get like some every day of the week until he dies. You know what I mean? He's at like every single like hostess club. He's at every single. he's in. He's going on a whole bunch of dates and all that stuff. He's living a lavish lifestyle. He's basically being Barney. He's basically being Barney Stinson until he dies. Anywho, so eventually, you know, Hayato joins the fight. V3 is trying to kill Hongo and all that stuff. Eventually, V3 realizes that, oh shoot, Shocker's not really in it for me. Shocker's the reason why my sister is dead. Shocker, I need to defeat Shocker. So, um, all three of them end up coming together. First is Hongo and Ichimonji get Shocker, and then V3 comes in after Ichimonji actually gets kicked out of the window. V3 in a weird show of force of him jumping with a motorcycle very high into a mansion. That's where they're fighting, pretty much. Grabs Ichimonji, and they all come in, and they all do their little henshin poses. Hongo does this whole little thing of Ichimonji does his little thing of, and V3 pretty much does this whole little thing of. Anyways, it's all pretty cool. You see them kind of like in like a little diagonal, uh, on a stairway. Okay, it's pretty cool. Well, anyways, they pretty much defeat most of the Shocker and V3, aka Kazami. what's his name? What's his full name? Does it say it? Does it say it? I don't see it. Crap baskets. Anyways, Shiro Kazami ends up running into his, completely and utterly deformed sister. So, in order to save his sister, to give his sister some peace, he ends up using the V3 kick against her. Now, and ends up becoming a team. They end up becoming like somewhat of a team. He, well, they don't come a team. What happens is Ichimonji leaves to spend his final moments as his favorite Genzabar, and he dies. Kazami decides to start a new life, and Hongo has to quit his job because students have complained about him saving Katomi, his student that has been following him throughout the entire movie, because they all witnessed him transform into Kamen Rider. Anyways, so it's kind of a sad note, but it's actually pretty good movies. I thought the movies were really good, and plus, you know, that's my favorite song. One of my favorite songs is a part of this movie. Yeah, that's right. All right, that's all I'm gonna give you because I know I'm probably gonna get copyrighted for that one, but and don't give a shit. Anyways, you guys have a good day. I will make another video later on today. Now that I may not have to go to work, so I'm gonna do some DoorDash, make some money, feel great. All right, peace out.